Sean Skipper with American Hunter, and I'm here at the 2016 Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Now behind me we have the Outfitter Hall, where outfits from across the globe come to offer hunters a chance to book trips 2016 and beyond. Now the folks in here have decades upon decades of hunting experience with turkeys, whitetail, moose, elk, waterfowl, bear, the whole package. There's African safaris too. John Zent, Scott Olmsted, and I decided to take advantage of the years of experience the folks in this hall have to offer by asking them some of those hotly debated topics in their respective hunting fields. Let's see what Scott Olmsted learned from his elk outfitters.
So we're with Kelly Lee from Table Mountain Outfitters. Kelly, what's the average age class of the bulls you all are taking in your area? I know Table Mountain's based in Wyoming, but you hunt several states.
Yes, we do, but we do mainly our elk hunts in southeast Wyoming, and then we've got a new area that we're doing up in the Black Hills in northeast Wyoming. So I would say that the average age is somewhere between 4 and 5. You know, we have a real high success rate. People aren't really coming out and you know, getting the mega trophies with us. They're just pretty much just getting a nice representation of our animals that we have.
What's the #1 caliber you see clients bringing for elk?
You know, a lot of people bring the 300 blackout. I mean, excuse me, the 300 Win Mag. Can we do that one again? Let's do that.
Just wait to pause so he's got an easier edit. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Okay. A lot of people are bringing the 300 Win Mag. But we've had a lot of success this year with the normal 308 paired with the Barnes bullets. You know, ballistically, they're pretty equivalent, and people aren't scared to shoot that 308 to where, you know, they get a little flinchy with that 300 Win Mag.
So are you seeing more first hit success? I mean, it's anecdotal. Are you seeing more first hit success with the 308?
You know, we've just had a real good year with that 308. I don't know what it was. Maybe people are a little more accurate because there isn't as much recoil. You know, we've been using the new Legendary Arms rifle, and the success is, you know, just speaks for itself.
What's the #1 question you hear from prospective clients approaching you here at the show?
What did I say?
You were talking about the weather, and you told them you can't really predict that.
Right. You know, we get a lot of questions about weather and what you should bring. And we all know if we could predict the weather, you know, we would be, you know, millionaires. So our best advice is to keep a close eye on historically what the weather has done in that time, and to always be prepared, you know, have a little bit of everything. Always, you know, dress in layers and, you know, kind of be prepared for anything.
What questions do you all think of after a client leaves? What would you like them to ask that a lot of times they don't ask?
You know, if you're willing to, or if you're thinking about booking a hunt with an outfitter, my #1 question that all people should be asking for is references, and, you know, really dig into the past and see what they kill, and also, you know, see how happy the clients are with their, you know, with their
guide.
Yeah, with their guides
and the setup, and probably the nature of the whole hunt, right?
Yeah.
Great. All right, thanks a lot. Have a good show.
Thank you.
Curtis, you guide and outfit for New Mexico, maybe some other places. Tell us some about the average age class of bull that you all are taking.
The bulls we take are they're pretty mature. They'll run anywhere from 8 to 10 years, most of them.
Oh, wow.
We are a limited unit area. They get big and old. They get like this, a lot of them. We kill a lot of big bulls in there. We hunt in the Gila wilderness of New Mexico.
So I know New Mexico Department of Wildlife pretty much manages two ways. Their elk herd two ways, right? You got your hunter opportunity regions, units, and then your trophy units. So I guess by naming that such an old age class of bull, you're in a trophy unit area.
Yes, sir. We're in what they call a high demand, high quality unit.
Okay.
We're in the oldest wilderness area in the United States.
Oh wow, very cool.
It's the first one. Yep.
And what area is that specifically?
It's called the Gila Wilderness. It's part of the Gila National
Sure. Okay. What is the number one caliber you see people bringing for elk, or what do you all recommend when people ask you that question?
I like 30 caliber for elk, and most of them are bringing the 300 Win Mag. That's been our most popular.
Okay, okay. What's the number one question you hear at a show like this from prospective clients when they come up, kick the tires a little bit?
They want to know your opportunity rate, fuel ratio. That's one of the most common questions we hear.
And what do you wish they would ask?
There's so many things that they always need to ask. One of the big deals they need to do is make sure you have references. And we do have them. I tell them, I try to go over everything we can with them. And if they ever have any questions, call me anytime. They always need to check references. That's one of the big deals. They should always check references.
You want them to be happy then, right?
I want them to check our references.
Hey, your second person's told me that so far, so it's not surprising.
No, that tells you the story. That tells you the real story about what you hear from the other hunter.
All right, great. Good luck. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Tell you all outfit in Colorado, correct?
Yes, sir.
What's the average age class of bulls you see, and what area is that?
We're in Area 24, Northwest Colorado. Average age of the bulls that we shoot are anywhere from 4 to 6. I'd say most of them are around 5 years old.
And what caliber seems most popular with your clients? What are people taking to Colorado?
You know, we mostly see a 30-06. It seems like a pretty popular caliber out east here. So a lot of people are shooting a 30-06. Love it. Also, we've noticed that a 300 mag has become pretty popular for elk hunting.
If people have that, if they ask you that question, what do you recommend? I guess it might depend on what hunter you're talking to.
Correct. For elk, I would highly recommend 300 mag. It's a perfect caliber for an elk.
Dan, what's the number one question you hear from prospective clients when they come up here at the Harrisburg show and kick the tires?
I'd say top two would be quality of bulls and success rate.
Okay, okay.
That'd be the top two.
What, between the two of you, when people leave, what is it you wish somebody had asked?
I would just ask the quality, what they expect out of us as outfitters. You know, a lot of them guys, when they first start, they don't know what to ask.
Sure.
They're not sure. You know, they need to be more comfortable when they come up and just ask the questions.
And take your brochure and they leave, and it's like if they
they need
if they were more experienced at how to feel you all out, then they could ask some of these questions that you end up telling them anyway.
Yeah, and we do pretty well fielding that, but that is a problem, you know, with the new guys. They don't know what to ask. They don't know how to start.
So you point them to, I guess, the Colorado Guides and Outfitters Association and your reference list and
we
past
usually like
clients?
to start to show them where we're at and what we're about.
Okay.
Because to me, that's what's important.
Sure.
I mean, the elk are all over that area. It's more important than who we are as an outfitter and what you can expect out of us. You know?
All right, gentlemen. Thanks much. Have a good show.
Thank you.
Travis, you're guiding elk hunters pretty close to Salt Lake City, up in sort of northeast Utah.
Yep.
What is the average age class of bulls you all are taking there, and maybe some other areas you might be hunting?
We specialize in private ground, and we use a private biologist to age all of our animals. So we do extract teeth of every animal we come across, and they have it, so we know exactly how old our animals are. And I'd say the average age for us is 7.5 years old on the bulls.
Okay.
One of our properties averages about a 320 Boone Crockett bull,
Nice.
and same age. And we've got a really exceptional property with genetics that are incredible. Same thing, 7.5-year-old bull, but that average is 350.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
been kind of trending a little bit up actually the last 5 years or so.
So that same age class bull, but with more bone on his head, to come down to the landscape, more water, better forage?
Yeah, I would say it's more of a high desert with better forage.
Okay.
Those elk were transplanted in the 80s out of several different states, so it's possibly a little bit of mixture of genetics 20 years ago, and it's really blossomed. It is a private land hunt with guaranteed tags, and it is probably our premier hunt in our organization. Yeah.
What is, if there is a trend you notice, what's the number one cartridge you see coming to camp these days?
The good old 7 mag is still pretty darn popular.
Okay.
I would say the long range thing has been kicking in pretty heavy the last 5 years. At 284, 6mm 284 was pretty popular. That's not my favorite thing to see. I
Little small as far as
little small. I like a little. Pretty tough to beat a 30 caliber.
Sure,
180 grain nozzle partition. I know it's old school, but it still hits hard. You're seeing those bonded bullets. The AccuBond still is pretty popular. But 300 Win Mag, that's a tough cartridge to beat.
Tough to beat, sure, especially 180 grain bullet. A lot of good ones out there.
Yep.
What is the most popular, or what question do you hear most often at a show like this from prospective clients?
Probably the number one question you'll get is what's your success rate? The question they should be asking these outfitters is, can I see your list of references? And are the pictures you're showing at the shows, are they current? That's probably what I see mostly, and probably that's what I pride myself on, is a good reference list and a good fresh set of brochure or pictures that you have set up. Are these animals taken in the 1980s, 90s? Are they all last year? You know, guys who use their marketing from years and years, that's nice. Maybe the big bull of 4 years ago was kind of nice, but what did you guys do last year? And what did your references tell me from last year's hits? That just means that your outfit is consistent.
Good.
The number one question would be, I would say, what's your success rate?
Okay. Well, and you also, in that, you answered my last question, so we're done. Thanks a lot. Have a good
You're
show.
welcome. Thank you.
Josephine, you all are outfitting and guiding northwest of Missoula. What is the average age class of bulls you all are taking in that area, or maybe some other areas where you also outfit?
Mostly what we're seeing in our area is around that 300 class bull. There's definitely bigger bulls out there. You're getting some 350s, some 370s, especially during the archery season. That's when you get those big bulls.
And are these 4 or 5 year old, 6 year old, 3.5?
They're going to be in that 5 to 6 year old
Sure.
range. Yeah.
Okay. What are, if you've noticed a recent trend, what are some popular calibers, or what is the popular cartridge you see being brought to a Montana elk camp these days?
We're seeing a lot of 300s come out. The 7mm is also real popular.
Still
for
in
'em.
there.
It's still in there, yes.
Good. What is the most popular question you hear from prospective clients at a trade show like this?
Most people are kind of realizing that success kind of varies a lot on the hunter's ability. So most people are really asking what's their opportunity that they're actually going to see the animals that they're looking for. They just want to know that they're out there.
Okay. What are some things you wish they would ask you all at a show like this?
A lot of people need to ask more questions about the gear, what they need to wear, regulations as far as orange versus camouflage, and then physical fitness. People need to understand the mountains, and a little bit more is required to get up and down those hills.
Yeah, great. All right, thanks a lot. I hope you have a great show.
Thank you. Appreciate talking to you.
Lee, you all are outfitting and guiding for elk in northern central New Mexico.
Correct.
Chama. What is the average age class of bulls you all are seeing and bringing back to the ranch?
Typically, we harvest bulls in the 3.5 to 5.5 year old range.
Okay.
Somewhere in that class, bulls.
And is there a trend you can spot in terms of the most popular cartridge you see being brought to an elk camp these days?
Oh, typically we always see the 300 Win Mag is one of the most popular cartridges that everybody wants to bring to elk camp. However, you're starting to see a lot more Wildcat cartridges. You're seeing a lot more 280, 284, and then they're going on the other end. They'll go bigger. They'll go the 3378.
Okay.
So it's all over the board nowadays.
At a show like this at the Great American, It's why you come here. You see, you meet a lot of first-timers, first-time possible clients, a lot of people kicking the tires, checking out what you got to offer. What is the most popular question you hear from a prospective client?
Well, their first question is always kind of, what is your success rate and how big are the bulls in your area, and trying to compare that to other things in other areas that they may hunt in.
And what are some things you wish they would ask, or what are some things you impart to them?
The biggest thing that I try to impart to people is that while overall success and the size of the bulls is a very important part of an elk hunt, the overall experience, the type of hunt that you're looking for, whether that be a lodge hunt, a private land hunt, more physically accessible, or a horseback pack-in wilderness hunt, is probably one of the the best questions that anybody could ask you. That way they get the experience that they're looking for when they go out west to hunt elk.
Okay, good. All right, well, thanks a lot. I hope you have a great show.
All right, thank you.
We'll be back next year at the 2017 Great American Outdoor Show, which will return here to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I'll see you there.